A way of life. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Just wanted to come on here to talk a little bit more about Venus and Cancer opposite Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn. So I did a full moon in Pisces video talking about the full moon and what you can expect. And I kind of went through all the different transits that were going to happen. Not all of them, just the ones that I felt were most important. Trust me, there's always a lot going on astrologically. I could probably never cover them all. But I listen to a lot of tarot readers. I'm an avid tarot watcher. It's almost embarrassing, but I'm always watching something. And I really liked what she had mentioned as she was given the reading. She was focused specifically on love, and she was using some of the astrological transits that were happening for the month of September and how the reading was going to play out for whoever it related to for the month. And she brought up some really good points, and it just made me think differently about that Venus and Cancer opposite Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn. So you would have to go back to watch the whole video so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But just a quick overview. Venus rules love. Cancer is security, financial security, and nurturing. Okay. And opposition is two opposing energies, right? So sometimes opposite attract, right? And sometimes opposite is like oil and vinegar. It's a no-go. So this dynamic can be going on, is all I'm saying, between Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn. So in the video, I talked about how it could seem like you have, because it's a full moon, right? So something's coming to light about this specific energy, right? So it could seem like you will begin to realize that you have been giving love to a situation that hasn't been given you back. And it could come up a few different ways, right? It could show up a few different ways. The outcome can show up a few different ways, but overall, Saturn is about discipline, structure, and rules. It can also be goals, counseling, and some kind of restriction around something, right? So Venus and Saturn went back when Gemini was in Venus. This theme again is coming up, and that's probably what you're realizing now, because Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn are moving direct this month. So I think another way this could be coming up for people is that, yes, you're realizing that you've been given love to a situation that you haven't been given love back, because everybody has been in work mode. That's what Capricorn rules, to be about work, to be about your business, right? And so you give up, right? You say, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. This isn't for me. Or you're realizing that you have absolutely nothing in common with the person, place, or thing that you were dealing with anyway. So it's time to let go, right? We're in Virgo season. We're detoxing. It's a full moon. It's a conclusion. It's an ending. It could be an ending of the way you think about that, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be an ending of the actual relationship, but it could be an ending of the way you think about that relationship, because Virgo and Mercury are great healing energy, and it's Mercury, so you could be communicating about some of those issues about how you were working together, especially with Mars and Aries and Venus and Cancer. Mars and Venus are the cosmic lovers, right? But Mars is the player in astrology, right? But Mars, even right now, is going direct, and it's getting an upgrade. Venus already got her upgrade in Gemini, where she kind of went through this retrograde, this long period of retrograde. And I talk about this in my video. You can go back and watch it, where she's learning some things about herself, right? And she's getting an upgrade. She's not dealing with the lower vibrational things of relationships anymore. We're moving into this newer age of Aquarius energy, where we have to detox from all that we learned from the Piscean age, right? And so, Venus already had her upgrade, so now Mars is about to turn retrograde for the month of September, and for the next it's been in Aries since the end of July. It's a 6-month period of time. So anytime something like that happens, that means there is a major shift happening, because it's not a normal transit. Normally, Mars only stays in its own sign for like a few weeks. Weeks, I'm saying. You hear me? Weeks, not months or anything like that. Weeks. It's in its own sign for 6 months. So I think another way this can be showing up for people is that you may be realizing that you're in dead-end relationships, or there's something dead end. Pluto is about death, rebirth, deteriorating, breaking things down, having a tower moment, right? A realization to break you out of, or snap you out of how you were dealing with things, to now Mercury and Virgo have the conversations about Saturn structure, more structure around discipline, around how to deal with this better. Saturn's also the counselor in astrology, so getting counseling for these issues. So you might see somebody leave, and two things could either happen. You will, the other person, place, or thing will be like, so go, and not care. Or they'll care enough to say, there's some shit about me that I need to fix, right? Because it's a retrograde. I'm realizing, because of the love that you were given, that I could do better. There's some things about me I can change. I should have shared more, right? We're shedding light on something, right? Something that needed to be discussed, something that needs to be fixed. Maybe I should get some healing. This whole entire year with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter and Capricorn since January has been about, and retrograde has been about going within to really deal with deeper issues. Remember, we're letting go of old ways of doing things so that we can move into this newer energy. So, you could have somebody saying, I'm sorry. I fucked up. I could do better. How do we fix it? And you have this month is giving you all the feels with being able to fix something, work through something, but hold people accountable, okay? Because habits are hard to change. And even though we still have Mars in retrograde until November, and Uranus in retrograde for a long period of time, we're still going back with those two, but with Jupiter and Saturn coming out of direct, going direct, it's not that strength isn't there anymore. So be mindful. People might try to victim mentality. Remember, Pisces still has that low vibrational energy, and there is a great possibility that people can try to trick you. Pisces is about illusions, delusions. So make sure you are on the higher vibration of this and you're recognizing the patterns. Don't just have the questions. Make sure you have the conversations, asking the right questions, and holding people accountable for what they are saying. And if they're not doing that, then you be gone, right? You got to let that stuff go. You have to close the cycle out. But I do think, again, because of the transits of this month are a lot more powerful, positive than they are on the negative, that if you do have somebody coming back, I do feel like they would be genuine, you know. They are genuine, but you still have to do the work, right? And hold people accountable for what it is they're saying at this time. And with that being said, I hope this information was helpful. Peace.